Can you hear me? Good morning. Happy Juneteenth.
Higher.
If you're hanging out at the vendor stand, make your way to these two tents here to have a seat to enjoy our important speaking program. If you can't find a seat, go ahead and sit on the grass or bring your lawn chair. Gather around, gather around, gather around. We'll give you a minute to find your way to the front. Bring your lawn chairs with you. I see the folks on the side having the shade. I like it. Yeah, do what you do. You do you. Like it. All right. So good morning, everybody. My name is Marcia Kim Jackson. Can I do sound? Yeah. I lost sound. Good morning, everybody. My name is Marcia Kim Jackson, and I am a community resident in Hyde Park. I'm also a part of the folks that organize this event, and we want to welcome you. Welcome to the 4th annual Juneteenth Joy Celebration in Hyde Park. Woo! This celebration is intended to bring us all together as a community to really celebrate an important mark in history that tells us that we have a place in this country, that we have made contributions, we belong, and that we can take our rightful place. So please join me in celebrating today, our Juneteenth Joy Celebration and Day. If you have a noisemaker, let me hear you make some noise. Yay! Awesome. Just a quick note, standing before you with me in a few minutes, you'll hear from them, is Councilor Julie Mejia, who's going to say a quick hello, and then you'll hear from our state rep, extraordinary state rep, Rob Consalvo. Before we do that start, let me ask you to note a few things. Today there's a bunch of things happening, not the least of which is the unveiling of our Living Histories of Color exhibit. What I'd like you to do is pay attention to this program. After this speaking program, which is very brief, the mayor will speak, the governor will speak, our congresswoman will speak as well. You will be able to take pictures with these amazing men and women. After that, you'll also meet our MLK community builders who are part of our Hyde Park community. Then you get to go to all the vendors. Everything is free except for when you buy jewelry or whatever, but we've created free food, free activities, we paid for everything. You get to enjoy and your kids get to enjoy. So please enjoy the space and the time today. The porta potties are behind me if you need to use the restroom, and the food is to the left of me. Check-in is the tent to the right of me over here. Anything you need, any questions you have, any issues, first aid, go right to that check-in booth. Let me also ask you, I see people swimming. Let me also ask you to remember that this is a safe space. So keep your eyes and ears open, support each other in being safe and enjoying the time here today. Now, to start our program out, we always believe in invoking the presence of God. As African Americans, we are very clear about our faith and who has helped us thus far. So without further ado, we're going to start with our opening invocation just after Councilor Mejia says hello. She'll introduce Reverend Wall to do our invocation.
Good morning, Hyde Park, and all of Boston's in the house, right? Let me hear you all here, okay? That's right, energy all day, every day. Super excited to be with you all here to kick things off. I want to acknowledge two of my sisters who have moved on up, Counselor then Andrea Campbell and Counselor Kim Janey, and myself worked in 2020 to establish Juneteenth as a municipal holiday so that we can acknowledge this, not just today, but every day, recognizing that we need to celebrate. So super excited to be here with you all. This is what community looks like together, celebrating and affirming each other. So congratulations to all the honorees. And I want to give a special acknowledgement to our girl, Marcia Kim. I need everybody to give it up for her, because she works tirelessly to make this happen. Girl, get your flowers. I need everybody to give us a loud round of applause for our girl right here. This is what it looks like, leadership. So I just want to say thank you for all that you do here for the city of Boston. And I just want to thank all the vendors that are here and all the community that is showing up to recognize that this is the 4th annual. And every year it just gets bigger. And I'm really excited that my colleagues are here in the building or outside in the streets who are going to be holding it down. So I'm going to give this right back before she gets mad at me. Thank you all.
Thank you, Councilor Mejia, a longtime supporter. From the genesis of this, Councilor Mejia was here with us. I also want to be sure that you understand I don't do this work alone. I don't ever work alone. I have an amazing team. Can you please give it up for the people in the red t-shirt, the black t-shirts, the yellow t-shirts all around the field. They are warriors. Thank you all, every one of you. We'll bring them up later on for you to see them. They have been amazing. Thank you so much. And in a minute, we'll do our sponsors. But let me start with our invitation and get us started. Pastor Wall, please. Pastor Wall is a Living History of Color honoree from 2023. He's also the pastor of Global Ministries Christian Church in Dorchester and a longtime Hyde Park resident and one of my heroes, one of my leaders. He was my youth pastor. If there's anything good you see in me, credit him. All right? Please welcome Pastor Bruce Wall for our invocation. Pastor Wall.
Let us pray. Oh God, today we greet you and thank you for waking us up this morning. As we gather to celebrate Juneteenth as our National Independence Day, we thank you for this federal holiday. God, bless the time that some of us will spend learning, experiencing what it was like to be in bondage and then to be set free. Continue to bless the Hyde Park Juneteenth Committee and the work that they have completed so that we can be here today. May we continue to honor you. May you continue to bless our city, state, national elected leaders. And may today's experience expose us to some display, some speaker, something that will not only teach us about Juneteenth, but today may we learn what you can do when we put our trust in you. For it's in Jesus' name that we all say, amen. God bless you.
Thank you very much. How about another round of applause for our pastor? Thank you, Pastor Wall. Good morning, everybody. I'm State Representative Rob Consalvo, representing the 14th Suffolk District. Thank you. Neighbor who lives right across the street and could not be more proud to be here today to help celebrate Juneteenth. Also would be remiss if we didn't give another round of applause for Marcia Kim, my great friend right here, who not just puts this event on, but runs the community group, which I'm proud to be a part of, and so many other events in our community. I want to just give a couple of other shout outs. One, big round of applause for the Department of Conservation and Recreation, DCR, which has done a great job working with us to put this event together on their property. The Massachusetts State Police, who have been a partner in this, making sure our roadways are safe and helping with permitting. I'd also want to just recognize Victor Panzieri, who's here, local electrician who's dedicated and volunteered the last 4 years to make sure this electricity is available for the sound and the bouncy houses and all the other things. We're grateful for all the people, the volunteers and everybody who put this together today. I also have the honor of reading before you what we called our land acknowledgement. It's important to know that what that means. And that means that we are on the Massachusetts land. This land has been stewarded for thousands of years by the Massachusetts people. It is important to name this history so that we begin the work of repair, even if we do not know exactly what that entails. But certainly, it begins with learning about the true history of violence perpetrated against indigenous peoples and people of African descent, a history that lives on in ongoing systems of oppression and harm. So today we ask you to invite to bring your heart to open your heart, your creative mind, and your commitment to justice into this work. Thank you all very much and have a great day. And now I get the honor of turning this over to two of my great friends. Okay, strike that. The boss has told me we're changing plans. Marcia, I'll turn it over to you, and you can introduce that.
All right. And now we're going to stand at attention for our color guard from the 54th Regiment reenactors, and we'll do our national anthem. They are coming to the stage now. Let's start.
You're not in front of the speaker, not in front of the speaker. Sorry. You're good, all over here.
Can we be ready?
I'll do it. Here we go. I turned it on. I'm sorry, Mom. Yeah, so you're good.
Mark time. Halt. Front.
Oh,
Present. On.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Forward. On.
Ladies.
Okay, now stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. I want to make sure that people know who you are. Not yet. You can leave. You can go now. Yeah. Not yet. No, thank you. We're going to start. The mayor has to speak.
Left. Face. Forward. March. One. 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 Two.
All right. Thank the 54th Regiment. Reenactors, please, Company B. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please also join me in thanking Janisa and Jency, 7th and 8th graders from the Roosevelt School. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Excellent voices. And now, I'd like to introduce to you our master and mistress of ceremony for our time today. They have also been longtime supporters of us. And please, I don't think she needs an introduction. Our City Council President Ruthzee Louijeune has been a stalwart and really tenacious fighter in this work. And partnering with her this year is Mr. Enrique Pepin, our new District 5 City Councilor. Woo-hoo! So they will lead us in our time together in the next 40 minutes or so. Please join me in welcoming them, and I'll turn the mic over to them.
Good morning, Hyde Park. Happy Juneteenth. I am so happy to be here as an MC alongside my colleague, Councilor Enrique Pepin. Another shout out to Marcia Kim Jackson, the one and only, who pours her heart into this event every year. This is the fourth one, and on the fly last year, we did it inside New Mission when it was raining, because rain won't stop Juneteenth joy. This is a day of celebration. When we think about Juneteenth, June 19th, we remember those in Galveston, Texas, who learned of their freedom under the Emancipation Proclamation years after it was issued in 1863. And so we recognize that Juneteenth started as a celebration of the African American community that has endured and continues to endure. That the work for freedom continues, and it continues in every corner, in every state, in the city of Boston. And so we take this day to remember joy, to remember the cookouts in people's backyards and in churches that really started Juneteenth, and those who fought for it to be a national holiday, and for us to enjoy Juneteenth here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So I'm so incredibly excited about this lineup that we have here today, and I know that we saw some of my colleagues in government, but also here, you'll soon be hearing from Mayor Wu, Councilor Santana. We also have Rep. Fluker Oakley, who you will also hear from, Rep. Russell Holmes, Registrar of Deeds Steve McCarthy, and former City Councilor Steve Murphy. He was here as well. And if I miss any of my colleagues, we'll get them as the program goes. But I'm just so honored to be here as a Hyde Park resident, celebrating Juneteenth joy with all of you. Councilor Pepin?
Good morning, Hyde Park! Happy Juneteenth, everyone. For me, it's an honor to be here today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Enrique Pepin, your District 5 City Councilor. So it is an honor to be emceeing this beautiful event right here in my home district. Listen, today is an important day because it's not only a celebration, it is a remembrance. It is to remember everything that our country has gone through, everything that our community has gone through. And we have to take a moment to acknowledge that. So I want to give a round of applause for everyone that has done work for this country and for this community here in celebration of Juneteenth. Shout out to them. Everyone, yes, round of applause for that. Everyone that you see against the greenery right here, we have the Masos, Shaganaduru, Ms. Pat Odom, Congresswoman Pressley, and of course our Council President Ruthzee Louijeune, and so many of them. They have done so much work to make sure that our work continues, and that is why we are here today, to make sure that we honor that. We want to make sure that our community does not forget that, and it is our job to make sure that we continue the celebration. And with that, I want to pass it over back to my Council President to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you, Councilor Pepin. Thank you to everyone. Yes, give a clap up for everybody. Again, this is a celebration of the African American community, all that they have endured, and of that joy. And so I want to bring up someone who is no stranger to this community, someone who is a neighbor to Hyde Park over in Rosendale, who has been with Marcia and with us every year in Juneteenth, the leader of our great, great city, Mayor Michelle Wu.
Good morning, Hyde Park. Thank you so much for being here and for making sure that this incredibly important commemoration happens every single year and has been growing every single year. There can be no over-thanking the organizers for today's event, Ms. Marcia and the entire team of volunteers, of MCs, of participants, of folks who are tabling, representing their businesses and different organizations that have information for the community, all of the performers and artists. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making this day one that is incredibly important in Boston. I just want to add a little bit to what the council president was saying about the history of today and what the council was saying about the importance of remembrance. For me, I draw two lessons about Juneteenth that I try to just keep front of mind every single day of the year. One is the true meaning of freedom. That freedom isn't just about the absence of fear or harm or things that are happening. True freedom is the freedom to be joyful, to access opportunity, to have everything that you need, that you want, that you have the potential to achieve in your life. And so, even as we are marking important milestones in the history of this country and steps along the way, we are still far from where we need to be in terms of true freedom for everyone in our communities. And Boston carries that responsibility as something it is our obligation to move forward on every single day. The other point is around history. The 2+ years between when some politician signed a piece of paper and when it actually became real is what drives me. We know policy is important, right? It's the love language. Council Pressley reminds us that drives, in some ways, it's the foundation for how we can build change on top. But you don't get to real change, you don't get to real freedom until it is lived in community. And you might think, okay, well these days, you know, some 100+ years later, you just send a text message about the news, right? You open your social media and you can find out about things more quickly. It wouldn't take 2 years to have the news actually become real. But look around at what's happening around the country. When there are laws on the books, when there are rights that have been fought for generation after generation, that are being undermined in reality, in practice, around voting, about reproductive freedom, around who we can identify ourselves with, who we can love, who we can be in community with. The fight is very real still today. I couldn't be prouder to be in this community, organizing with this incredible group of leaders around how Boston can still set the tone for what freedom means and the work ahead for all of us to truly realize our potential as individuals, as a community, and as a country. So happy Juneteenth. I'm so grateful to celebrate with you all, and thank you for carrying on that work of fighting for true freedom every single day in Boston.
Give it up one more time for our great mayor, Michelle Wu. At this time, I have the honor of introducing a local artist, a Hyde Park resident, someone that we've been able to enjoy for quite some time now. Give it up for Miss Katani Sumner.
Hello, everybody. So this is when we're going to celebrate African American heritage by what we call the Black National Anthem. So I'm going to ask those of you who can stand to please stand. If you can, if you cannot, it's okay. And I've been told that there's a program that you could have scanned or still can scan that has the lyrics to it, because we're going to do 3 verses. So if you don't know beyond the first verse, just fake it or faith it till you make it, all right? Is that all right? Maestro. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound y'all. And sing a song. Y'all ready? Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, okay? Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our Father sighed. We have come over a way that with tears, we have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughter. Out from the gloomy past till we now stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. Okay, last verse, a lot of y'all know this one. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who has brought us thus far on the way, thou who has by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Let's start our feet. Let's our feet straight from the places our God where we may be. Bless our hearts drunk with the wine of the world. We forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Listen, on record, Council President knew all the lyrics without the shoes, so I just want to shout out. She was back here, threw some harmony in too. I'm not mad.
I got you.
Let's give it up one more time for Miss Sumner. What a beautiful voice and local talent that we have here in Hyde Park. All right, this time I have an honor to introduce a colleague of mine from the State House. Someone that has been doing amazing work in her district of Dorchester and Mattapan. Someone that needs, and Hyde Park, someone that needs no introduction. Representative Brandy Fluker Oakley.
Yes, good morning everyone. I have a very special district. I have parts of Mattapan, Dorchester, Hyde Park, the town of Milton, and 2 streets in Roslindale, and I represent them all, so thank you, Councilor. I just want to thank our beautiful artists for singing all 3 verses. Past this prologue, and we often get shortchanged as Black people here in America, and so often they only do the first verse. So as a former 3rd grade teacher, as someone who is blackity black, I am so happy, and thank you for doing all 3 verses. With that being said, the first time we had a Juneteenth celebration, the illustrious, incomparable Marcia Kim Jackson said, "Brandy, will you say a few words?" And I thought to myself, I actually don't like talking, believe it or not, even though I'm talking a lot right now, it's not my favorite thing to do. And I said, the flag actually has a meaning. And many people don't even know that there is a Juneteenth flag. Now folks are coming to understand that thanks to the federal holiday. I also want to shout out the state of Massachusetts, who made it a holiday 1 year prior to the feds making it a holiday. And what's really special is that the Juneteenth flag actually has origins here in Boston, specifically through Roxbury. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you the meaning of the flag. It is intentionally red, white, and blue because as systems of oppression and racism exist, have always tried to tell Black people and Black Americans that they are not American. So it's intentionally red, white, and blue to remind our nation that we are a part of them. The other thing that's worth noting is you'll see the big star in the middle of the flag. Everyone should receive the flag at check-in. There's also a couple behind me. That star has a double meaning. Since Juneteenth first occurred when there were slaves in Galveston, Texas, who didn't know that they were freed until 2 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, but technically Lincoln didn't have jurisdiction over the southern states, so really they weren't free because they was listening to him, but that's a whole other history lesson that I don't have enough time for in this moment. Oh, I'm a blackity black, you see what I'm saying? So the star is for the Lone Star State of Texas. So that's partly why we have the star. And also it is the size it is to represent that Black people who were enslaved in all 50 states are in fact free. So I want y'all to know that. The other thing that is worth recognizing is you'll notice that it's not a straight line that separates the red and the blue. It's intentionally an arc, and that is on purpose. And that is to symbolize a new horizon, meaning fresh opportunities and promising futures for Black Americans. The last part of the flag, you'll see that there's the big star in the middle with a verse around it. And that verse is meant to reflect a nova, which is a type of star, specifically a new star, which represents a new beginning for us all. I am wearing a shirt today that says imported from Africa. So often and presently there is an assault on Black history in this nation. We did not come here willingly. We did not come here to work the land for free. We were imported. My ancestors dropped off here in ports in America. Others' ancestors dropped off throughout Caribbean and South American nations. The back of my shirt reads, just because, I want to get it right, because I am going to walk off the stage. Facts do not cease to exist because they are ignored. I encourage each and every single one of you to celebrate this Juneteenth joy, to learn your history, because Black history is American history, and it's not just the month of February, but 365. Y'all my people are here. And I also just want to acknowledge the fact that there would be no America without Black Americans and folks who are enslaved here. So as we celebrate Juneteenth, think of us on July 4th as well, and I hope y'all enjoy your Juneteenth joy.
Thank you, Rep. Luther Oakley. I have the privilege of introducing, our two singers who sang our national anthem were from the Roosevelt and Boston Trinity Prep. I have the honor of introducing someone very, very near and dear to me, a family friend, consider her a niece of mine, who is going to be reading a poem that she wrote. So I'm going to call up Gloria Eloy to come and read your poem. Shout out to our Boston Public School students who are here, who are leading, and who we are doing this work for, right? When we are talking about the work of bending the moral arc of the universe towards justice, it's also education justice and making sure that our young kids know and can meet their full potential. I had the pleasure, I know the principal, the head of school for the Roosevelts is here. Shout out to her, and I had the pleasure of speaking at their graduation on Monday. So Gloria, gonna give you the mic so that you can read your beautiful poem.
This day of freedom. In this land of promise and strife, where shadows of oppression loom, one day gave birth to new life through the darkness of a national gloom. Juneteenth, a day of jubilation, when the chains of bondage were undone, emancipation's sweet proclamation. In the light of freedom's golden sun, Black voices rise in celebration, their cries of joy and triumph ring. For on this day in jubilation, they found the strength within to sing. The struggle was long, the road was hard, but through it all, they stood strong. Their spirits soaring, their will unmarred. In the face of injustice, they carried on. Black freedom, hard won, dearly cherished, a legacy of strength and resilience, a victory of oppressed and perished, a testament of hope and persistence. So let us honor this historic day and the brave souls who paved the way, for Black freedom shall never be in vain. On this Juneteenth, let freedom reign.
Good job. Give it up for Gloria. You see how proud your principal is of you? We are very proud of you, Gloria. That was beautiful. And we can't wait to see what you continue to do in high school. I just want to check to see we have another student from Boston Prep. Is Nevaeh Harrison here? Nevaeh? Nevaeh, where you at? Come up on stage. We want to have you and hear from you. You'll be sharing a poem from one of our greats, Maya Angelou, and we are happy to have you here today to share your poem with us. It's a long walk, y'all, so be patient with Nevaeh. I can do it. All right, here's the mic, sure.
This is called Freedom's Echo. In fields where shadows once did linger, change clinked and hope grew thin. A whisper rose, a faint prayer, for freedom's light to flow within. June's dawn brought forth a grissom sun, its rays a clarion call. From Texas plains to farthest shore, the bonds began to fall. Emancipation's joyous cry, a song of heart unchained, echoed through the southern sky, where freedom was proclaimed. Galveston heard the soldiers tread, with General Ganger's degree. 2 years had passed since Lincoln's word. Now, all were last were free. With every year, the tale retold reminds us to stand strong. For freedom's march, though long and bold, sings a unifying song. Let banners wave and voices rise in honor of this day. For in the echoes of the past, we forge a brighter way. With every year, the tale retold reminds us to stand strong. For freedom's march, though long and bold, sings a unifying song. So let the bells of justice ring in every heart and home, and let us pledge in one accord to never stand alone. For Juneteenth is a beacon bright, a symbol pure and true, of liberty and human right, and dreams that will ensue.
Let's give it up for Ms. Harrison. Beautiful. It's always a great opportunity when we get to hear our students come up on stage and speak their voice. Listen, events like this can never happen alone. I believe I heard from Ms. Marcia Kim Jackson that the first one was at coffee break with like 20 folks when she wanted to really start this, and now look what it has become. So many of you have shown out today to support this beautiful event for the 4th annual Juneteenth celebration here in Hyde Park. And with that, I want to make sure that we take the opportunity to thank and honor 3 community leaders that have really stepped up to the plate and made this event possible. I want to call to the stage Jessica Tanton, Sarah Cleary, and Ren Pellinger. Please come up to the stage.
I just want to say about these folks who we're honoring with this citation. Quickly, we started a racial equity and justice book club about 2 years ago. And, you know, we only do this work in community because we can't do it alone. And I asked for volunteers to lead the book club. And Sarah raised her hand, and every single month, even when there's 2 people, when there's 15 people, she leads the book club. Never complains, and has a full plate, by the way. And so I just want to say thank you for showing up for our work and for really making the voice of our community really stronger by learning more about what we're talking about. All our books are about racial equity, about racial justice. We've read this, some of us. We're reading, what's the last one we're reading? I missed the meeting. Complete Blank too, because she's a little bit, I didn't tell her, she's surprised. And then I've got to say, you know, we want to make it open, so we really would encourage any of you, she's at the table over in the back, go ahead and sign up to join us. We really encourage you. We're hoping to have an outing for the book club this year. The outing is going to be probably at the Boston Red Sox, woo, in a lounge, woo. So let's see if you can show up for that. The next person I want to acknowledge is Mr. Ren Pillinger. Ren runs an acupuncture clinic in Hyde Park. That's a place of healing. And not only is it physical healing, but it's spiritual healing. Ren is a giver, a caretaker, a supporter, a nurturer. Ren is a community person. And Ren, I want to say thank you so much. By the way, I've had a case of sciatica for a very long time, for 4 months. I've been literally, and I use this word very seriously, suffering. Tears in the whole 9 yards. And I've gone to Ren to get acupuncture, and Ren has been a really important part of my healing journey. I want to thank you, Ren. And he doesn't really ask for a lot of money. So you want to know these people because they are allies and supporters and leaders in our community who are doing great work on our behalf. So thank you so much, Ren.
Yeah, I'm just going to read the citation. So on behalf of the City of Boston, be it resolved that the Boston City Council extends its congratulations to all these members in recognition of your hard work and dedication to Hyde Park. Thank you for providing affordable acupuncture and wellness support for the community. And also, thank you so much for your work with racial equity via education and experiences, dignity for the Collaborative Book Club. Congratulations.
Thank you. You're welcome. Photo op. Kayla, photo op. Come on, Ayanna. How are you? Thank you.
Okay, next up is you're going to hear from Marcia a little bit about the Living Histories of Color exhibit, why she does it. I was honored to be part of it, and she's going to just give a little bit more of a background.
Sure. So our speaking program is just about done, as I get 50 million phone calls about things we need to handle. I just want to give you a little grounding into what these photos are along the side. So last year, we decided that we wanted to put a stake in the ground. There's a lot of rehearsal going on over there, and it's, can you still hear me though? A lot of band. Put a stake in the ground around what it means to be in this community and how it is that we are supporting our community by lifting up the work of those who are first, those who are leading globally and nationally. And so we created the Living Histories of Color exhibit. And last year's cohort, along the left here, there were 13 of them. I'm not going to call their names. I want you to go and see, because I want you to read about them. And as you read about them, go to the back of the panel and use your phone to scan, to look at the QR code, to hear their voices. But what you need to know is that these people are being amplified for 3 reasons. One is that their work is critical and important. 2 is that they're doing work in the now, and most of us think about history as in the past, but they're doing history-making work now, and we want to acknowledge that. And 3rd, our community is a community of living history makers, a community of champions. And we want to say that. We want to shift the narrative of Black and brown communities. I'm so tired of hearing about neighborhoods that are Black and brown, called the hood, and called the ghetto, and called lost, and called murder capital. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We are a community of history makers, people doing especially critical work, life-saving work, Dr. Lathan, in this world. And so we want to make sure that people know that. Label our communities correctly. We are people, contributors, proud, Black, brown. We are history makers. So that's what this exhibit is all about. I encourage you to look at it. We're going to be unveiling the next cohort for this year in just a bit with the governor and with our congresswoman. But today I wanted to tell you what that's all about. And last year when we unveiled it, we paid a lot of money to commission a poem specifically for the Living Histories of Color. And so just before the congresswoman comes and before they come and be heard from, I'm going to ask 2 of our former honorees, Dr. Amari Paris Jeffries and Mr. Jose Masso, to come and salute you before our Congresswoman does so. Dr. Jeffries and Jose, he's coming right now. And after their voices, you will hear from our amazing, history-making, powerful, kind and generous Congresswoman, Miss Ayanna Pressley. So here you go. All right, Amari.
Excellent. Marcia, thank you so much. Again, my name is Jose Fabio Masso. I have the pleasure of being here and being joined by my brother, Amari Parrish Jeffrey. So we're going to read this ode, and we're going to do this collaboratively. So the ode. Sometimes Jubilee exists in the cradle of your smile. Sometimes it is unwavering, the pitch perfected in your voice. Your voice, a necessary heart. Your heart, heard pounding. Your heart, a weapon, a light, against what attempted to darken us into a grave. Sometimes joy exists in the certainty of your stride, in the conviction of your footsteps, in places you are first to step foot in. You, legacy of legends. You, map and constellations. North Star saved haven. You, dawn of the moment. You, dream of the movement.
You, tap dance, dance boogie, coordinated like the 54th Regiment. You, militant like that. You, stay steady, ready like that. You hold the people in the palm of your policy, trailblazer, pale razor. You, good troublemaker, brimming over. Sometimes the jamboree exists. In your defiance, in your building of words that didn't exist until you dare to dream them. You, purveyor of fortitude and foresight. You, night of pride and proud, reason and rejoice, river running through every barren land. You, saving lives by saving yourself. You, dream chaser. You, groundbreaker, change maker. You, keeper of all that could have ever imagined. We see you. We see God in you. God bless. Happy Juneteenth, everyone.
Thank you so much, Amari. Thank you, Jose. Thank you for all the work that you do on behalf of the city of Boston. It is a delight, a pleasure, a privilege for me to introduce our next speaker. I know we said it, we always say the next speaker needs no introduction, but she really needs no introduction. She's a boss. She's right over there as one of the living legacies of history. She is an authentic fighter for all of us. She is bending that moral arc of the universe towards justice for all of us down in DC, fighting for racial justice, disability justice, and reminding us that we must be joyful in the process. It is an honor of mine that I get to learn from and call a colleague, Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley.
All right. Hello, family. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Freedom Day. Woo. Let me see if y'all are really awake out there. Say it loud.
I'm black and I'm proud.
Say it loud.
I'm black and I'm proud.
All right. It is good to be home, family. It's good to be in the Massachusetts 7th. It's good to be in Boston. And it's good to be in my home neighborhood of Hyde Park. Let's hear it for Hyde Park. But before I get into some very brief remarks, because I really want to bring up our honorees and hear from them and celebrate, salute, and affirm their many contributions. First, I want to start giving credit nationally to the grandmother of Juneteenth, Miss Opal Lee, and also my sister colleague in the Congressional Black Caucus, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Please pray for her. She's in the middle of a cancer battle right now. But this is a national holiday that President Biden signed and made so 3 years ago. But that only happened because what we know is government does not lead, but it does respond. And it responded to a national movement and a petitioning initiated by these two powerful black women. And so I want to name them because so often our contributions are relegated to a footnote or completely erased. So can we please one more time thank Opal Lee and Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, no relation. Secondly, I want to say a word about Marcia and Wyatt. You've heard me previously speak about Martin and Coretta and this incredible demonstration of the power of Black love, the power of Black love to birth revolutions and radical work. We saw that in Martin and Coretta, and we see that in Marcia and Wyatt. Their Black love has birthed radical joy and revolutionary work. Now, I know that we talk often about being free-ish, and that is true because we don't have our full freedoms as of yet. But these days are important because our greatness is older than our oppression. There is more work that must be done, whether we are talking about Black maternal morbidity, Black home ownership, Black wealth, Black health. But what we cannot lose sight of is how important Black joy is. Unapologetic Black joy. We cannot come together just to trauma bond about the inequities, the disparities, and the injustices. We are more than hashtags and sobering statistics. Can I get an amen? Preach. We are Black brilliance. We are Black innovation. We are Black resistance. We are Black resilience. And in that vein, I'd be remiss if I did not take a moment to acknowledge our connectivity as Black people globally and say that Black lives matter and Haitian lives are Black lives and Haitian lives matter. And we owe the people of Haiti everything because they modeled for us the work, the sacrifice of Black resistance, rebellion, and independence. So know that our freedoms and our destinies are truly tied. And then finally, I want to say a word to my colleagues in government. I won't start naming folks because I will leave someone out and I don't want to hear it later. But I am so grateful to my siblings in the work of justice seeking who don't mind mobilizing, organizing, legislating, litigating, agitating to do the work of Black freedom. That's how you know that your existence is a marginalized one, when you have to litigate, legislate, and agitate for the things that are a birthright for others. So please know that these leaders on the municipal level and on the state level, and my colleague on the federal level, Reverend Markey, Reverend Markey, are intentional partners, co-conspirators, accomplices in the work of Black freedom and Black joy each and every day. Happy Juneteenth, happy Freedom Day, everyone. And now let's hear from begin to honor I'm going to introduce my colleague. Okay, where do I begin on this one? We do so much good work together. I will just say I'm so grateful to serve in the Massachusetts delegation. Of course, I'm biased, but I think it's the best in the country. And I'm so grateful to have the partnership of Senator Ed Markey. We do incredible work together on environmental justice, on criminal legal reform, on civil rights, and so many other issues of consequence. So I do want to bring up my partner in good trouble, United States Senator Ed Markey.
Thank you, Ayanna. Ayanna, every day on the floor of the United States House of Representatives, is a conscience for all of those Republican right-wing MAGA leaders who are looking at history in a rearview mirror, trying to take us back in time, take us back to a period where everyone's rights were not honored, where everyone was not given the respect for the dignity of their history. And Ayanna, on the floor of the United States House of Representatives, when she takes the microphone, the Republicans take a step back where they are, because they know that they are going to hear the truth which is going to be spoken about our country's history, first of all, and the state of our country even today. Because that's what we're celebrating here today on Juneteenth. Yes, we're celebrating the arrival of General Granger in Galveston with military troops to tell those people in Texas that they too were free, as were all of the other former slaves in the South. But they were also being told that they could now live under the laws of our country. But that promise was quickly stripped from the former slaves, and for 100 years, until Martin Luther King Jr., they did not enjoy all of the privileges, all of the rights of the United States Constitution. So Martin Luther King Jr. began that modern fight for liberty and justice for everyone, for access to health care for everyone, access to education for everyone, due process in the criminal justice system for everyone. That is what we are celebrating here today, that everyone is entitled to it. And no one knows America's history better than African American citizens, because they have seen the worst of our country. And they know that the future can only be great if that promise that was made on June 19th, 1865 is ultimately fulfilled. And so just on Monday night at the White House, Congresswoman Pressley and I were there with President Biden celebrating Juneteenth as a holiday. And it is a celebration of the ending of the Civil War, the liberation of the slave population that had been in our country for 200 years, but it was also a commitment to the future, a commitment to make sure that we had justice for everyone, healthcare justice, environmental justice, educational justice, criminal reform justice in our society. So we're here today to say Happy Juneteenth, and we're also here today to say, go Celtics! We're gonna win on Monday night. Yeah. We're gonna win the 18th title, and next year on Juneteenth, we'll be celebrating the 19th Celtics title next year on June 19th, 2025. Happy Juneteenth, everybody! Woo!
Let's give it up for our Senator Markey. All right, this time I want to call back up to the stage Ms. Marcia King Jackson. Let's give her just a second. It looks like Ms. Marcia King Jackson comes with a very special guest. We have the Governor of Massachusetts, Ms. Maura Healey.
Okay, great. Wow. Thank you. Happy Juneteenth. Good morning. Well, it's wonderful to be here and to celebrate Juneteenth with all of you. And, you know, but the fact of the matter is that every day is a day to celebrate the strength, the resilience, the joy of the Black community and all of the contributions that the Black community has made to Boston, to Massachusetts, to the United States of America. I want to thank Congresswoman Pressley, Senator Markey, Where is Ruthzee Louijeune? So great to see you. Our wonderful counselor and Councilor Pepin, Representative Fluker Oakley, and so many other electeds who are here today. Great to see so many of our performers, our students, our young people especially. And congratulations to all of our Living Histories honorees. Awesome, all amazing people. I want to give a special shout out to our own Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development, Lauren Jones, who we love, is doing great, great things. Look, I think Juneteenth is really important to celebrate. It's really important to celebrate for 3 reasons. 1, because we need celebration. 2, because we need education. And Juneteenth should be about teaching the history, which is so important. Black history is American history. That's right. We do not abide by or accept in Massachusetts in any way, shape, or form those who want to write affirmative action or DEI or Black history out of our history books or our policies. That's right. And it's also the case that we got a lot of people in this country right now who are looking to take us backwards and take away certain hard-fought rights and freedoms. To me, Juneteenth represents both the great ideals and aspirations of this country, which we are always working on, and also the deep injustices of this country and the work that we have left to do. So in a moment where there are those forces looking to take us backwards, I encourage all of us to do all we can to continue to support, to continue to empower. Let's give it up to all the folks who are out there registering people to vote today. That is democracy in action. Make sure that you're getting you and all you love registered. And let's celebrate this wonderful, wonderful today, especially as we honor our particularly outstanding honorees. It's a privilege to be able to serve and work alongside all of you, including our amazing Congresswoman AP. I love you. Great to see you.
We're going to do this together. We're going to honor this new cohort here. Thank you, Governor. It's wonderful to stand alongside a governor who gets it. So glad that you're here today for this important observance of Juneteenth, Freedom Day. And as you were talking about history, you know, history is not something that is static. It is dynamic, it is animated, it is all around us. And so today we pay tribute to those change makers, those history makers, those community and movement builders that are all around us. And as a alum of this incredible project, it's my honor to now, the Living Histories of Color and Hyde Park honorees, I was a part of that 2023 cohort. And now today we will celebrate the 2024 cohort. All right, and so we have a number of honorees. So everyone please do work with us because we want to make sure that everyone is getting the celebration that they, and the moment that they deserve. And the governor now will be passing out citations. And Councilor Pepin and Louijeune will help us. All right, so we're going to honor Prince Charles Alexander, 2024 Living Histories of Color in Hyde Park honoree. He's being honored for groundbreaking and first Grammy Award-winning musician, music technologist in Hyde Park. So music royalty and revolutionary. Prince Charles Alexander.
That's me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But anyway, let me take one for my wife. And there's the citation.
There's the citation. Congratulations. All right, Alondra Babodia, first Youth Poet Laureate in Boston, artist and songbird for healing and justice. Can all of my elected colleagues please join us at the stage, please? All right, congratulations, Alondra. Charlene and Ronald Carroll, beacons of entrepreneurship and service, the Paying It Forward Service First Award. All right. Damon Cox, exemplary leader and driver of social and entrepreneurial change, receiving the Champion of Enterprise, Innovation, and Opportunity for Marginalized Communities Award. All right, Manny Del Carmen, barrier-breaking baseball player and youth enrichment advocate, a first and enduring pride of Hyde Park.
He had a death in his family this week. We'll send him love.
All right. Marcela Garcia, pace-setting and first impact award-winning journalist for the Latino Voice, story, curator, and writer. Now they're trying to ban our bodies, our hair, our books, our stories are so very important. Oh, this is an A-Team alum. I call her CC, Cecily Graham. First and youngest Black leader of Ward 18 Democratic Committee, receiving the Rooted in Community Committed to Service Award. Congratulations. Lauren Jones, impactful state leader and industry advocate. Yeah. Receiving the Mission-Centered Capacity Builder Award. Congratulations. The governor has some biases. We understand.
We do too.
Thank you, Secretary. Christopher Lathan, MD, MS, MPH, champion of health equity and health access. I know that's right. Our greatest wealth is our health. He's receiving the Healer, Pathfinder, and Waymaker Award. Nakia Lundy and Baron Langston, first Black owners of historic conservation structure in Hyde Park, builders of Bridges to Black Entrepreneurship Award. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Atia Martin, the first chief of resilience in the city of Boston, an impactful equity advocate. Now she's receiving the Purpose-Driven Facilitator of Resilient Workplaces and Communities Award, but I'm going to throw Pace Center in there because she was educating and speaking on many of these issues before anyone else was, and we thank her for her righteous stewardship of her gifts. Alicia J. McGregor, PhD, educator and champion of anti-racist health policies, receiving the Policy-Driven Changemaker Award, and beautifully representing the Crown Act, might I add.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Katani and Chris Sumner. See what I was saying about Black love doing radical things, revolutionary things, healing and joyful things? Advocate, first female MC of Gospel Brunch, receiving the Pursuing Joy as a Revolutionary Act, the Hopes and Dreams of My Ancestors Award.
Come on, just join us.
Would all of my elected colleagues on the municipal and state level please join us at the stage? Kenneth Turner, groundbreaking and exemplary military and business leader, receiving the Living Value Centered High Impact Leadership Award. Well, as they say at the Grammys, I accept the award on their behalf. Congratulations to our 2024 cohort. Let's give it up to everybody. All right, we're going to do one group photo. Thank you all for joining us.
Now you gotta get the center. Let me slide this back. I'll take the blame. Yeah, just slide this back. There we go. right here?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.